My name's Jeb. I made a cutting of this tomato plant behind me a while ago. Let's see how it went. Looking good so far. Coffee maker's noisy. I think we're gonna see if they all can make it. So here's our 3 clones, and looks like they're all gonna make it. And here is the dilemma, right? I started these 2 in vermiculite, and they stood up tall the whole time. And the one here in potting soil flopped over almost right away. And it actually is the healthiest because it actually has some nutrients. And you can see the leaves are greener. These are looking kind of dry and brittle. And so this is the healthiest plant. So when I clone more, I'm going to do it in potting soil. Just have to keep it moist. And these 2, I am going to transplant. Okay, so we got our potting soil here with the hole. And we're going to get our beautiful plant into this water. I already cleaned one through. And I'm just going to swoosh it back and forth and loosen the roots up so that hopefully we don't damage the roots. And let's just get it in there. We'll just let the water do the work. Alright, our plant is free. We don't have to get all the vermiculite off, just some of it. Alright, some good looking roots there. See if we can get them in this hole without damaging them. Alright, and maybe just give it a little twist as it goes in. And I'm not going to worry about smashing this dirt down too much. We'll add some more on top. We'll water it and let the water fill in the gaps. And this is a tomato. We don't have to worry about how deep we plant it. We'll plant it as deep as possible. It's going to root out everywhere along the stem that there's moist soil. Alright, we'll give it a little push. Alright, and then we'll give it some water just to fill in the gaps. Alright, there's our plant. It's going to go back in the house once it drains out, and hopefully we can see these go in the ground. They're getting hardened off outdoors, and they're doing great. They're just a little leggy, but it's tomatoes. It's not that big a deal. And in a couple days, we'll put one in the ground and see how it does. It's time. I planted this other large cherry tomato plant using the trench method, which is common in square foot gardening. And I think probably it's common because often your soil is only 6 inches deep. Here we've got 10 inches maybe, and so I'm going to plant this clone. I'm going to plant it as deep as possible. And it's going to root out all along the stem, and we'll see how that works compared to the other. I'm going to single stem this one, and there's my first batch of flowers right there. So all we have to do is make sure to keep those above the ground, but I'm sure they'll be right up in the right spot. Let's dig a hole. That looks deep enough. Cut off the lower branches, and looks like the roots are coming in fine. And there it is in the ground. So if we get to eat a juicy red tomato off of here, then I'll call it a success. Almost there. And here's the finished product. Well, it's reached the top of the trellis again. Lots of blooms and little fruit. As we go down, the heat took all these out. It's way too hot. So these didn't get pollinated, and the ones down here, a mouse ate every fruit. Maybe a bird, probably a mouse. But overall, the plant worked pretty well. Thanks for watching.